everybody, welcome to Tangle Break. Today we're going to do this tile using the tangles Flux, Hollibaugh, and Tipple. We're going to use the 8 basic steps of the Zentangle method. Step number 1 is gratitude and appreciation. I'm thankful for the time we're able to take a break from our day to relax and draw. And the supplies that we're going to use are a Micron 01 pen, a Tortillon, a pencil, and a 3.5-inch tile. So let's get started. Step 2 is corner dots. I'm going to take my pencil today to do the corner dots. Now step 3 is the border, and I'm still using my pencil. It doesn't have to be a straight line. It's just sometimes we're going to even put more of a wave to it than this. You can see I go out and come in a little bit. And step 4 is the string. So now put your pencil down and grab your pen. And let me show you what we're going to do first. We're going to do the flux first. It looks like a vine with leaves on it. And then we'll go up here and around here, and we'll put the tipple in after that. So with my pen, I'm going to start at the center of the bottom and just wind all up to the corner. And now for the flux. We're going to do leaves. I just go up and around and back. On the other side, up, around, and back. I'm going to go in the middle and just keep on letting it just go on top of itself. It's just growing on top of itself, up, around, and back in. And we're just going to follow the line all the way to the top. Up, around, and back in. And just get that flow going. And where it's turned, I just put a couple extra leaves in there to fill in the space. Up, around, and in. And then you're going to see that I go outside of the pencil. The pencil is just a guideline for the border. With my pen, I can go wherever I want, and I'm going to go outside of the border. And when we shade, the pencil will blend right in. The pencil mark will disappear. And I'm going to go up to the top and around, and I'm going to stop right there. Now I'm going to take another vine right here in the middle, and my leaves are going to be coming through here. The same step, up, around, and back in, up, around, and back in. That motion, once you start doing it a lot, it is very relaxing. And I go out the top there. Now I'm going to go to the side. On the left-hand side, starting my vine and going up. And start with the leaves, up, around, and back in. Just all the way to the top. It's just the flow is just very relaxing. and to the top and stop there. Now I'm going to come out the side and go to the middle to give it a little layering effect. Just pick a spot and put in some more leaves, and they're going to be underneath the ones that we've already drawn. So then just picture where it would be and draw the part you would see. And just stop right there. It's like a branch underneath. And then I'm going to just do one more out the side here. And I'm still going over the pencil border. The border is just a guide to get us started. And there it goes. Okay, so the flux is completed. And now we're going to put a little dimension to the leaves with a little curve and a couple of dots. And it just makes a difference. A curve and a couple of dots on all the leaves. Curve and dots. And just keep going all the way around. Curves and dots. The littler leaves, you may only get one dot in, but whatever works. Now the next section, curves and dots. Then the last section, and we have completed the flux. Now I'm going to put in orbs. Might do a group of 3 here and there, group of 1, group of 2, whatever the space looks like it would need to have. Just random. And where there's some space, just fill it in with your ink. If there's space between the leaves of the flux and your orbs, and we're going to make tipple at the top. We're just putting orbs in now, but at the top we're going to do tipple. And just fill in that space. There you go. So let's go ahead and put the tipple in here, which is going to be the orbs. Random sizes, and then wherever there's a gap, you just fill it in with ink. You either put the orb or fill it in with ink. And we're going to do this whole top space. And I see my pencil border, but I'm going to go right over top of it. That's why I did it in pencil, so that I could do all of my tangles. In that section, well, let's put one more. Okay. Now let's go to the next section, and we'll go ahead and we'll put in a couple more orbs. And then do the top part. And that section is done. And let's put some more orbs on our flux. Fill it in any space with ink. Right there. Right there. Okay, let's do the last section of tipple with our orbs and fill in the space. Let's put an orb here. And over on this left side, let's get our orbs here. Now we're going to do the next part is hollabaugh. And we're going to look at our picture and we're going to draw a line all the way across, but when you get to the flux, you're going to go underneath. Picture where it would be underneath. And then keep drawing to the other pencil border. Now we're going to aura that line to make a board. And that's how hollabaugh is done. So we're going to do that over and over again. And it almost gives it the effect of these vines are growing on some kind of random trellis. So just wherever you want to put a board, and then you go underneath the one you've already drawn. So I'm going to go across this way. I'm going to draw my first line, and I'm going to go under those boards and keep going. Now I'm going to aura right beside it, picturing where it would be, and come on out. And there's a little part right there. Now we can have skinnier ones also, all different sizes. Gives it variety and makes it interesting. So this one's going to be littler. And it's in the background. So we're going to just keep on going until we feel like we have filled in enough of the hollabaugh. And put your boards underneath. Do another one. Going across. And the more you do, the more it feels like a little game to see if you can figure out where it's going to end up on the other side. And that one looks like it'd be covered up. Well, we'll pull a little bit right there. we'll go to the side. Just a little one. Let's see where else to go. We're going to go up into the flux. Okay. Where else? I think we'll go on this side. Right there. There. This board. Okay. Okay, I think we'll stop here and then we're going to start filling it in. So where the boards are, I let them just go on into the tile, and the background, we're going to ink it in. So that's why the pencil marks are still going to stay there. And then we're going to ink in all the negative space, all the empty space. And then it'll make all the boards pop. And then we're going to go back and shade, and then you'll really see the dimensions of the boards and the flux and the tipple. So just wherever the space is, just ink it in. Relax in color for a little bit. Okay, make your border there and fill it in. There's the border to fill in. And that little space there. Okay. Okay, let's move on to the next section. Okay, the next section, we'll come to the bottom and just close that off. And you can see how the boards are going right onto the tile, and then we're just inking in the space underneath the boards. And then we're going to shade and they will pop. Just relax and keep coloring. I'm going to go back over here because I can see that the board could be a little bit different. So let's just, it caught my eye, so let's just do that. We're almost finished. Last little section. Turn your towel whenever you feel like it to make it easier for yourself. Just keep turning your tile. Make it easy. Okay, so the tangles are finished, and now it's time for step 6, which is shade. So grab your pencil, and we're going to go right up Flux, right in the middle of Flux. I'm putting a lot of pencil on it, and we're going to even it out with the Tortillon in a few minutes. So put a lot of pencil shading in the middle of Flux. And then I'm putting it up on some of the edges of the leaves, all the way up and down. Let's just do all of the Flux. So in the middle, a lot, and then up on the sides. Sometimes I'm going on the little line and dot we did, and sometimes I'm not. It's just random, because when you do the Tortillon and blend it in, you won't see the pencil marks that you see right now. So let's do the next 2 sections. Dark, dark, dark on the sides. And then the last little section up here. Dark, dark, dark in the middle. Okay. So now let's see. Let's shade the hollabaugh right here. So where you see the boards go underneath, that's where you're going to put some shade. Wherever the board goes underneath. and where it goes underneath the leaves also. So where it goes underneath the leaves, where it goes underneath the little orbs, where it goes underneath another board, that all needs shading. Okay, now let's do the orbs. I'm going to do a heavy amount of shading underneath the leaves so that it gives the illusion that the orbs are down below the leaves. So heavy shading on the edges between the orbs and the leaves. And then we'll put a little bit of shading on the orbs around. So let's go up to the tipple up here. Heavy, heavy shading on the orbs of the tipple between the leaves and the tipple. And then on this section, heavy, heavy shading. And then once we blend it in, it'll look like the leaves are on top of the tipple. And then just a couple strokes here and there on the orbs that are random. Take your Tortillon and let's blend it in. Let's start on the Flux first. And you can see the pencil marks are starting to disappear because we just want the shade. And you can go over it several times and it just will blend right in. I'm going to do all the Flux first. And the one underneath will look even darker because it's the shadows of the other ones on top of it. So then the last big one over here. Blend, blend, blend. And then the last little one. And there. See, I'm putting a couple little dabs around on the edges of the leaves also, just wherever it looks like a little shade would work. Now let's do the tipple, and I'm just blending it all in a lot between the orbs and the leaves. And the ones in the middle are just put a little touch of something, a little touch of shade. And then move on. Dark, 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 because those leaves are shadowing it. And then put a little bit on the ones that are random. And then the last section, dark, dark, dark. And I'm doing a circular motion just because I think that's relaxing. Okay. So now let's go do the hollabaugh. Where you see a board underneath, that's where your shadow goes. And just keep blending and those pencil marks will disappear. And it's underneath the leaves, yeah. And the berries, the orbs, they look like berries. Almost finished. Just a few more boards here. Just doing a little bit on the edges of the border. Okay, now it's time for step 7, initial and sign. So grab your pen and we're going to put our chop, B, and then sideways S. And then on the back, this was tangle break. And the tangles that you did today are Flux, hollabaugh, and tipple. If you want to put the date, some people put the date on it. Okay. And the last step, step 8, is appreciate again. I'm thankful for the time we had together for a break from our day. And you can look at it in any angle. Bye for now.